Hey,
Hello. Hello. Give me a second. Minimize. Yeah, I am recording. Okay. Okay, my mic was there. Okay.
huh,
Yeah. So it's 10 p.m. over there.
yeah, 10 p.m. exactly.
Okay. Great. And here it's 9:30 exactly. Yeah. So yeah. So I am going to upload this conversation on my channel.
Right.
Right. So can you tell me something about yourself?
Okay. Well, my name is Fay. I'm 16 and I live in Belize.
Where?
I live in Belize.
Can you tell me? Give me a second. On Google Maps, can you tell me where that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Belize is a country in
How do you spell?
Belize.
Z.
Z. Yeah.
Yeah, this country. Okay, I thought you. Okay, I thought you were from US, but okay.
No, we're originally actually, yeah, I'm originally from the US, but I live in Belize.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so near. Is that a country?
Yeah, Belize is a country.
Okay, but you are originally from the US.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm an American, but I live in Belize.
For
I
your
moved there yeah, a few years ago. It would be around 6 years ago at this point.
why? For your father's work.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, let me look at your channel. Is that your channel?
Yep, this is the channel.
Give me a second. I'm not sure it's recording. Is it recording? Yeah, it's recording. I don't generally have such meetings. That's why. Okay. So yeah, this is your channel. Father,
Yeah.
daughter, teeter totter. What is teeter totter?
A teeter-totter, it's like another word for like a seesaw. We chose it because, you know, it rhymes with like father-daughter. And it's kind of, I guess it's like kind of symbolic of the conversations because we go back and forth and like up and down. And sometimes we disagree, sometimes we agree.
Okay. So over there it says United States. That's why I thought you were from the US.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure why it says that.
Okay.
But yeah, we are originally from the US,
Mm.
but just right now we are living in Belize.
6 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
6 years.
So
Yeah.
since you were 10 years old.
Yep. It
94,000
was a pretty
views.
big change. Yep.
What does it how does it make you feel when you see good number of views on your videos? How does it make you feel?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm really always really happy whenever I see that our videos get some views because it feels like we're really sort of reaching the world
Mm-hmm.
and we're really getting attention on our topics and what we're talking about, which I'm pretty passionate about.
Yeah.
And I think that it's important when we talk about. So it's nice to see that people are paying attention, that people care besides just us.
Your channel is monetized.
Uh, what?
Your channel is monetized?
Uh, I don't have the exact details
Okay,
of
you
it.
don't know.
I don't think that.
Your father would
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Okay, so here is the description of your channel.
There it is.
So, so can you tell me like what is going on? Like
Yeah,
philosophy, right? Mostly philosophy.
yeah, yeah. Basically, what our videos are is the channel is just a way to sort of show
Mm-hmm.
the world the conversations that we can have, intergenerational conversations that people can have where we can like disagree but come to a conclusion, and the topics that we focus on mostly philosophical topics but also ones about like kind of like giving a philosophical view about like things like economics, about politics, about like the modern day things that really matter, and just sort of combining that into like a belief system of the world so that we can reach out and impact people and kind of make them think more deeply about things and about the world.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. If you have any questions about me, you can ask me.
Yeah, well, just tell me about yourself. Like, what's something about you that you would describe yourself as?
1 second. I need to make sure that the video is getting recorded.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's getting record. Yeah, it's getting recorded. Okay.
Okay.
How would I describe myself?
Yeah.
So I am. I don't want to. I want to. I want you to guess my age.
Okay. Um. Hmm. You look pretty young,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not normally very good at guessing ages. I would guess 22.
Yeah, 22. I was 22. 3 months ago. But now,
Oh.
yeah,
Well, I guess I got pretty close then.
very close, very close. If we met 3 months ago, you would be right.
Too bad I didn't meet you 3 months ago then. Then
Mhm.
I would have guessed right.
So, do you? I don't know how to ask. Do you have ADHD?
No, I don't have ADHD. Do you have ADHD?
No, I don't. I also don't have ADHD. But
Okay, well that's something we have in common then.
yeah, but maybe. Okay, I don't know why I asked. Uh, are you getting diagnosed with any sort of medical condition or something? No.
No, I'm not getting diagnosed with ADHD or anything of that sort. Don't worry, I'm not like offended by the question or anything.
I'm glad
But
that
that's just
I'm glad to hear that.
yeah.
So what did happen today? What did you do today? When did you get up? What was your day like? Sunday.
Oh, well today at at the moment my grandma's visiting
Mm-hmm.
uh, for just like for some, like sometimes after Christmas, just for a few days. So I spent some time with her. I played a game with her. I watched a movie with her and the rest of my family. And then I also just spent some time basically like going around my life. I did a little bit of homework uh, for school, and I just spent some time relaxing as well. So I guess it was a pretty like calm day. Not much super not that much that was super exciting happened, but it was a pretty good day for me.
So what game did you play?
Uh, we played a board game called Azul,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure if you heard of it. I don't think it's a particularly common game. But it's a game that involves a lot. Like each player has their own individual board, and there are tiles that you are able to pick through each round. And then as the rounds go by, you try to fill up your board in order to get points from how the tiles are arranged. I'm not very good at explaining how it works. It's a sort of complicated game, but those are the basics of it.
Mm.
How did your day go, or I guess your yesterday go, since it's
Yeah,
still early in the morning for you?
yeah. Today I just got up 7 in the morning. I set an alarm today so that I don't miss the meeting. I generally get up at that time, but today I was extra careful. Yeah. Yesterday went pretty well. I st- I started my day with Chat Roulette. Have you heard of Chat Roulette?
No, I don't think I have. What is that?
It's a video chatting website where you can talk with other people. That is the main content on my channel. So that's how my day got started. Then in the afternoon, I was having a class, spoken English class. So yeah, what else? Basically, that was basically it, and some
Is that
editing.
is that a pretty
Yeah,
is that a pretty average day for you?
basically yes, basically. But I also had a lot of other things in my day yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't worry, you don't need to give me an itinerary of every single thing you did yesterday.
actually, you can know more about my yesterday or what I did because I have a diary channel too. I have a diary channel where
Oh,
because in the early days people used to write down diaries.
yeah.
In the modern days we can record video. So every day before I go to bed, I record 10 minutes of myself talking about what I did that day. So
Nice. That sounds like a good like habit to have. Just be able to sort of go through your days. Make sure that you don't forget that much. It's like a normal diary, but it's almost like more immersive because it's actually in the video format.
it's yeah, it's video diary. There is in the dictionary you can see the term. Yeah, there is a dictionary, Oxford. So you can find the term called video diary. Video diary, that's a real thing.
Nice. And does that help you with like what's the purpose of your video diary besides sharing it with people? Like, does it help you get through your day and like sort of put your events in order?
Yeah, very good question. What is the purpose of the purpose would be documentation of my life. Let's say my grandchildren wants to know what their grandfather used to be like, they would be able to see. Or in the future, 10 years from now, I'd be interested in knowing what I did that particular day. So I can just look that up. And also,
Yeah, I can.
and it also keeps me very organized. So at the end of the day I have to say what I did that day. So if I did something wrong that day, uh, I'm more conscious of it, so I can correct myself about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't keep a diary personally, but I definitely think it's like a good habit for that other people have. Maybe I should keep a diary, but I think it's nice, especially with the documentation, because as we go through like our day-to-day lives, we can forget like a lot of, especially the smaller details, but even the larger details, and to have something that like both like your people around you, like your children, your grandchildren, but also that you can look back on. It helps you to sort of like put your life in like a sequence of events and just like kind of see the good in every day. And it can help you like separate your life into phases where it's like, look how much I've changed or look how much I've stayed the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very true. Do you have any special qualities? Like for me it would be English. Yeah, like my English is much better than my neighbors or my friends. Similarly, do you have any special abilities that makes you special?
I don't think I'm that special of a person, but I guess that's a quality I would describe myself as having. Uh, is that I'm sort of a writer. I know
Mm-hmm.
I just said I don't write a diary, so it's but I do like in my free time a lot of times I'll write like just little snippets of things like not like I've written any grand novel or anything, but I write a few short stories, a few poems, and I think that just like I've been doing it for a few years just in my free time, and I think that I've sort of grown in my skill, and I'm like excited to keep on growing, and that's something I'm really interested about exploring more about myself. Like when I go to college, where I can continue to like refine my writing skills and just like get better at wording things. So that's
Okay.
almost sort of related to you, like you're like English writing.
Mhm. So, do you like talking about yourself? Because some people don't like talking about themselves. They feel embarrassed or something. Are you comfortable talking about yourself?
Uh, That's an interesting question. I have like some social anxiety, so sometimes I feel uncomfortable talking to people. This is sort of me putting myself out here, but I think that most of the time I have some self confidence in myself. I feel like very sure about who I am. So when it comes to sharing that with other people, sometimes I can get a little embarrassed or uncomfortable if it's something like more personal, but about like just like my regular life, I feel like confident in myself to sort of broadcast that
Hmm.
to others if they're interested. But I'm also like interested in hearing about other people. So like we can just like I'm interested about hearing. I can talk about myself, and I'm interested about hearing about you as well.
Yeah, you can ask me any question that you like.
Right. So you're an English teacher, right?
You can say so. Hmm.
Right. So what's that like for you?
Actually, you learn a lot while you go out and teach other people. Then you know your weak points, because if you're teaching somebody something, you have to describe it. And while you try to describe a topic, let's say if I ask you the question, what is philosophy, going to tell me what philosophy is. Then if there is something that you don't know about philosophy, you are going to be aware of that. So it's a very good way to learn teaching. It's not me who is saying this. Actually, Albert Einstein said this: if you want to master something, teach it.
Yeah, I think I've heard something about that before, and I've sort of experienced it in my life. Both like when I'm making YouTube videos about like certain topics, and just in like my day to day. Whenever you explain anything to anyone, even if you're not like having a teaching job, but just when you're talking about anything, when you start explaining it to people, you sort of not only do you acknowledge the own like faults in your logic and in the information you know, but you also are forced to sort of like put it in a way that is understandable and sort of like join your all your thoughts on the matter together. So it helps you, yeah. So not only does it sort of expose the parts where you're not as aware, it also just helps you learn it as you speak about it. So like even when you're not teaching someone, you're just talking about it. It helps you to understand anything, and that's what I like about conversations.
Hmm. Okay. So, what is the name of your country? Again, I have never heard of this
Uh,
country, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Belize, Belize.
B L
Yeah,
I Z E.
yeah,
Belize.
yeah,
Yeah. Go
it's a
ahead.
really small country. It only has a population of a few hundred thousand, so it makes sense that you haven't heard of it. But it's a pretty nice place. It's really tropical here. It's January right now, but it's still super hot, which can
Hmm.
be nice sometimes, but it can also be annoying sometimes. Like especially when there's bugs out, there's mosquitoes out. But it is nice to not have to wear a coat around and just be able to go outside anytime. What's the weather like for you, like right now, or just in
It's, you
general?
can see I'm wearing this hoodie. Okay. So yeah, you can guess it's, I don't know. I can tell you 15 degrees centigrade. And today is 15th January.
Yeah,
14th January for you.
actually, it's the 14th for me.
Okay.
Which is kind of, yeah. Time zones are really funny like that. How it can just shift an entire day depending on where you are.
Yeah, kind of. Actually, time is same for everybody. Otherwise, we could not have this conversation. But humans have created these time zones so that we can keep things in track, stuff like that. Do you have friends?
Yeah, the way that
Mhm.
what?
Do you have friends in school?
Oh yeah, I have yeah, I have friends. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I have a few close friends, mostly like in school, and a lot of my time is taken up by school, so
Uh,
that's mostly where I talk to them. But we also do online messaging, hang out sometimes. What about you? What about your friends?
I used to have a lot of friends, but while I was in ninth grade, I stopped hanging out with them and started focusing more on my studies. So yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. A lot of times it feels like my school and the other things in my life take away a lot of the time I have to spend with people, not just my friends, but like also my family. But I do try to like put it aside sometimes and just to spend time with people, to talk to people,
Mhm.
because I think that like if you're able to talk to somebody, to have a conversation with someone, just every once in a while, even if it's just like once a week for 15 minutes, you're able to put that time aside, it can really just help you to maintain those relationships in your life because
Mm.
you're communicating with them.
Yeah, I have heard that if you don't talk interact with your friends for too long, the friendship breaks down. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really unfortunate part of life.
So you and your parents live in that house. You three.
Yeah. Yeah, we all live together.
So nuclear family.
Yeah, nuclear family. Yeah, I have my parents are divorced. I have a mom, a dad, and I also have a little brother. Uh, so it's just a family of four, and then my grandma's visiting right now. So right now it's kind of like family of five, just for a few days. What's your family like?
Okay, so my father works outside, so he's not home currently, and my mother is a primary school tutor, and yes, basically two people in the family, mother and me.
Right. So you don't have any siblings?
No.
What's it like being an only child?
Well, it's absolutely normal for me. I Yeah, sometimes when I was younger, I used to get bored. I used to feel if I had a sister or brother, would have been much nicer. But then I also found my friends, so it has been nice so far. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's going.
it feels like the grass is always greener on the other side
Mm,
because most people with siblings complain about having siblings, and then
yeah.
most people that are only children, they complain about not having any siblings. And it's sort of hard because you can't really like take your perspective. You can't really step into someone else's shoes in that way. You're never really able because it's always normal to
Mhm.
you. Like that's what you said. It's like,
Yeah.
and having a sibling is normal to me.
Mm. Yeah. So tomorrow you have school.
Uh, Actually, right now, tomorrow I have there's a holiday
Okay.
in Belize. So I don't have any school tomorrow. I have this Monday off. It's a full 3 day weekend, and the day after that, which Tuesday,
Uh huh.
or Tuesday for me, for or
Wednesday.
we're kind of being shifted. Uh, yeah, I would have school on Tuesday. Not looking forward to it.
Why do you have a holiday tomorrow?
Uh, yeah, this is embarrassing. Let me look it up for you.
Actually, today, Monday, is a holiday. Today.
Yeah, it's a holiday because tomorrow is Monday for me, so it would be the same holiday.
I don't know. It's called Ganga Sagar Snan, some type of holy ritual.
Let me look up the holiday.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, we have a different holiday. Oh shoot. Yeah, the holiday that we're having tomorrow for Monday, or today for Monday for you. It's George Price Day, which
Again,
is
I didn't
sort
hear.
of he's sort of a
George?
what?
George what?
George Price Day. Yeah, you probably wouldn't know him. He's sort of
King?
a Belizean person.
King?
No, he's not a king.
Okay.
But he does have a holiday. He's kind of called the father of the nation.
George, father
He's
of.
sort of
George, father of.
George Price.
George
For
Priest.
yeah, for Belize. He's yeah. So you learn something new. Yeah, he's a pretty famous person in Belize. So famous that we have a whole holiday for him.
Mm.
He's dead now, but yeah, he was kind of the first. He was the like the he's the first prime minister after Belize got its independence, which is actually pretty recently.
Okay.
So he's a pretty famous person. That's why we have a holiday after him, and it's totally embarrassing that I forgot what the holiday was, but I guess
No, it's
that's
okay.
just how it
It
is.
happens with everybody. And when did Belize got independence?
Belize got independence. I know it's really recently. It was. Let me look at the exact
Yeah,
date.
look this up.
Independence.
You need to focus a little more on history.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so bad at it.
It's okay.
Yeah, we had it. Yeah, we had it. I knew the day of it. I didn't know the year. It was the September 21st, 1981. So it was super recently. Uh,
1981.
kind of 81. Yeah, it was only like 40 years ago.
India got independence 1947. So yeah,
Yeah.
75 6 years ago. So okay, so about USA. So where did you live in the USA?
In the When I was living in the U.S. Until I was like around 10, I was living in New York.
New York.
Yeah,
City or state?
city.
City.
So
Hmm.
yeah, so it was a really busy place, a really crowded place, and it's like millions of people live there, and then all of a sudden I was moving to Belize, which is obviously a lot bigger than New York City, but has way fewer people. So it was kind of a shock to the senses for me when I was living there. But I spent like 10 years in New York City, and then I spent like 6 years in Belize. So at this point, it's sort of like I know a lot about both of them.
Do your friends speak at this rate or do they speak slower? And before you answer that, I would like to ask that what is the language that your classmates use? Is it English?
Yeah, Belize's official language is English,
Okay.
which is yeah. Most of the countries around it, its official language is in English. But a lot of people will speak Creole as well, and Spanish is a really common language for people to speak. But in school and all like my classmates and my friends, generally they're speaking English to me. Although a few of them are bilingual.
Okay. So you don't have any language issues, language barriers, nothing like that.
No, no. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky for that. That I don't have any language issues. Have you lived where you're living your entire life, or have you moved at all?
I'm living here almost all my life. I'm living here, you can say. I moved here when I was 3 years old, but before 3 years old, I also lived in the state, not outside of the state. I was born in the state. And do your friends speak at this rate when they speak English?
What?
So you are speaking very fast English for most of the Indians. I can understand you, but sometimes I'm having trouble to process your speed. But do your friends speak English at this rate?
Uh, I'm not sure. I've been told that I'm a fast speaker sometimes,
Mhm.
so I'm sorry if I'm speaking too quickly. I think that most of my friends do speak at like a similar rate when we're in casual conversation, but I think that I probably do speak a little bit more quickly than most of my friends, although it's not a huge difference or anything. So I guess I'm a pretty fast speaker.
So I was watching one of your videos. Okay, maybe the latest video I was watching, and there you were also talking very fast. And after some time, yeah, I could not follow it anymore because you were talking so fast.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
No,
have
it's
I have some issues.
if
I have some issues with talking fast, I guess.
if you are
Where
conversing with
so
if you are conversing with somebody and if you are talking so fast that they can't follow, they won't be really interested in the conversation.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I do speak really quickly. So much so that sometimes I'll be slurring my words, or I'll be sort of speaking almost incoherently, especially if uh you're not able to pay full attention, or if like English isn't your first language. But yeah. uh but if you are trying to watch a video and then I'm speaking too quickly, you could try to
Hmm.
slow it
Slow it
down.
down.
Like
Slow it down.
YouTube has a speed
Yeah.
factions where you can put it on 0.75 speed. Although I'm not sure if that would help that much with
Yeah.
me slurring my words or anything.
It sound like when you slow a video down, it sounds weird.
Yeah, yeah, it really does sound weird. It sort of sounds like unnatural.
Yeah, phony, unnatural. So, what do you know about India?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Like maybe. I mean, I don't know about the like what it must be like to live there. What how about you tell me about India and you tell me about.
Yeah, it's a very big country, India, and it has got 29 states, 7 union territories. It has got beautiful islands, Lakshadweep, Andaman Nicobar, beautiful islands. Sri Lanka is the country, island country next to India. The capital of India is New Delhi. I live in Chandanagar, which is very close to Kolkata. So Kolkata is the capital of West Bengal, of the state West Bengal, which is the eastern state of India. Okay, so what else? India has got a lot of languages. The major language is Hindi. Where I live, the state speaks Bengali. The first language of this state is Bengali, and English is my second language. I know another language called Hindi. Okay, what else?
Do you live in like a city or more like a countryside?
No, I live in a city. I live in a city called Chandanagar. What is your city called?
Our city is called Belize City. It's and despite the name, it's actually not the capital of Belize, which is pretty confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Belize City used to be the capital of Belize.
Okay.
Here's a little history lesson for you. It used to be the capital of Belize, but then a massive hurricane rolled in, and it really destroyed part of it. And so then the capital of Belize was moved to Belmopan, which is pretty far away from Belize City. But Belize City is still sort of considered like a massive hub. A lot of people live there. And so it's kind of sort of remains a lot of its like things that made it a capital in the first place, but it's not officially the capital anymore.
Okay. Because of the hurricane. Yeah, got it. So, yeah, very good. Do you do any sort of physical activity like any sort of sport?
So I'm really bad at physical activities and sports. I'm sort of I don't I don't really play any sports at all. I mostly just tend to stay inside, and
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of reading. My main hobby is reading, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of a bookworm, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I don't tend to engage a lot in physical activities. Uh, I'm not really good at them. I don't really like them. So
What? Oh, okay.
what about it? What about you? Do you play any sports or anything?
Uh, Sometimes I play badminton with my students. Badminton with my students. It actually freshens your mind up. Do you have okay, what is the biggest problem for yourself right now, for a 16-year old American girl who is living in Belize? What is the biggest problem for you?
I would say my biggest problem right now is probably college.
College.
It's sort of like a yeah, it's kind of looming on the horizon. It's a big problem for me trying to figure out all my applications, like what I can apply to, what I'm going to get into, and it's kind of a major source of stress for me with what college I'm going to get into, what I can go to, like whether I'll get into any colleges at all. And I think that a lot of my peers could probably relate to what I'm saying. It's a pretty common struggle, but it still is sort of overwhelming for me because it feels like it's gonna, decide my future.
Yeah, definitely. If you go to your college versus if you don't go to your college, these are two different roads and they are very different, I can say. So, okay,
What's a source of stress in your life?
stress in my life. Okay, I, I don't have many stresses in my life. Okay, but
Lucky.
sometimes I lack energy. Sometimes while I'm having a conversation, not right now, sometimes while I have conversations with some people, I feel very demotivated or under the weather. So I want to, and sometimes I make the same mistake multiple times, which I really don't like. So okay, so what do you want to become when you okay, when are you going to start your college?
Uh, I'm gonna start college hopefully next fall of 2024.
17 years old?
And yeah, yeah, I'm going to college sort of early because of not. I don't think I'm like particularly exceptional. But when we moved from the United States to Belize, the schooling system is slightly different in a way that sort of boosted me up a grade. And so now I'm going to be going to college a little bit earlier than people in the US might. So that's just like another thing where, especially since I'm going abroad for college, I'm not staying in Belize, I'm going back to the US just to go to college. So it's like when I'm still sort of young, I'm being faced with a lot of responsibility. And I hope that I'll be able to handle it,
Mm.
but it is just another source of stress. What about you said that you felt a lot of stress in you felt some stress in feeling sort of demotivated or tired during conversations. And
Yes,
I want to say like I
sometimes, not
totally
always,
understand.
10% of the
Yeah, yeah,
times.
yeah. Yeah, I totally understand how you might feel tired sometimes. I looked at your channel and you have so many
I
videos.
have too many, not
It's
too many. I would not say too many. I have a lot of videos.
yeah, it's really impressive how many videos you've managed to make with just like these conversations with so many people. And I want to say that like even when you do feel demotivated, when you feel tired, just remember that you've done a lot and you're still
Mm.
doing a lot. And you don't have to do all this. You should always take breaks when necessary
Oh.
and be able to just relax and like take time for yourself. But just what you've done already with your channel, just from what I can see, just from looking at it initially, you're a really impressive person, especially since you have another job as an English teacher, and just you're doing a lot in your life already. So don't feel like being demotivated or tired or even making the same mistakes over and over again is like making you any less.
Okay. So, so what does your father do?
Okay, well, he helps. He obviously is a part of the YouTube channel,
Uh-huh.
so we do that. But uh, mainly he also the reason we moved here is to manage a resort, a hotel, and so that's his main job is like the sort of the main manager of that hotel. It's called Beaches and Dreams, and it's
Beautiful
like
dreams.
the Beaches and Dreams, and it's like a semi big. It's like semi big, semi medium. I'm not sure how to describe it. Hotel, but it does take out his time. It's a hard job, and so that's why I'm glad he's able to make these videos with me still because I know that he's under like some stress and pressure from that job just
I
all the
bet
time.
these videos are helping him to manage his stress.
Yeah, I hope they are. I know it's a hard job for the both of us, and I've been trying to take some of the stress off of them, but it can get hard. Like that's why I can relate to you with the video making. Having these conversations, it can be hard just to manage the channel and things. But I think that we're both doing better, and I think that we're able to sort of. I hope that we're able to lean on each other a little bit and be able to manage like all the stress in our lives, like me with my school and college and him with his job. And then also that channel can be like a way to relieve that stress sometimes.
So, do you know what you are going to do in the future? Any idea what you are going to become?
Well, I mentioned that I have an interest in writing, and I
Uh-huh.
think that I'll pursue that in college some. Um, but also I want to leave my options open. I want to sort of like go to college and use that as a way to discover myself a little bit,
Mhm.
with like writing as like in like literature and English as a way to as like my main goal, but just also like be able to explore myself and my options and become more confident than I already am in who I am and what I like and what I can be. What about you? You already have a job, you have your YouTube channel, you're obviously you're pretty impressive. Uh, but what do you think about your future? Do you think it's going to be the same? Do you think it's going to expand? What do you think about it?
I think it's going to be very different. My future is going to look very different from what is. Yeah, it's going to expand very much. It's going to get much better because I'm getting better every day, better than yesterday. So yeah, it's going to get much better. And you want to be an author basically.
Yeah, yeah, I
Okay.
guess that would be my final goal.
So what does your father say about this? Does he have any problems with this, or he wants you to become something else?
I think that he's mainly supportive of who I am and
Mm-hmm.
my dreams and that. I think that I think that I'm probably pretty capable of writing and becoming an author, but obviously during college and college applications are like a stressful time for all of us. I think that during college I'll really be able to like see whether that's can be like fundamentally can be a career choice for me, and then he can be there to help me along the way and like just really become sure in like what's my job's going to be like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And your this is your so you live with your stepmother, father, brother, and currently you also have your grandmother in your house.
No, yeah, I have no, my parents are not divorced. I have just a mother, a father, a brother, and then my grandmother is visiting for a few days.
You said your parents are divorced.
I think it was probably an issue with the audio
Okay.
in Google Meet. I said they aren't
Oh,
divorced, like
oh,
are not,
I
but
didn't hear. My bad.
it's such a close word that it's really hard to
Can
define
and
and like
can't.
separate them.
Very
So
hard to tell the
yeah,
difference.
yeah, especially in like Google Meet with all the audio issues with like me like
No, no, no.
going.
It's my bad. I'm not bad with listening, but sometimes I miss some words, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
So, do you have like any what to say hobbies or that gives you pleasure?
Uh, yeah, I mentioned writing and reading before, and those are, I think those I consider those
Ah,
hobbies. I also enjoy playing like some video games. I play like mainly Minecraft,
uh-huh.
and so that's something. I like talking to my friends. I draw a little bit, but just like some of the time. So I think that I have like a few hobbies that just like I'm able to entertain myself with, even outside when I have my free time and I'm not being consumed by school or college or anything like that. What about you? What are some of your hobbies?
You can say that this is also my hobby: interaction with foreigners, people from other countries. This really I really like it. I enjoyed a lot. I learned a lot from other people. Okay, what can I ask you?
Yeah.
Okay, I had a question about that. What is that? So yeah, yeah. Do you watch YouTube videos?
Oh yeah, and yeah, I watch YouTube videos. Uh, yeah, I watch them pretty often. I have like I'm not sure if I watch any specific type of YouTube video. I think that I watched like a few. I've gotten into sort of like video essays recently,
Mhm.
where like the longer videos where people really delve into a topic. I also watched like a few like videos on like video games. So I think that I have sort of a variety, and I watched like some videos that are sort of similar to the videos that I create, But actually, most of the time, I stay away from those types of videos. I guess it's just like sort of like what you like to create versus what you like to consume.
Mhm.
They don't always line up.
You
What
need
about
the
you?
balance.
What sort of videos do you like?
Have you heard of Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have subscribed to his channel, so whenever he uploads, I watch. That's one thing. And what else? Yeah, I generally get it's like I I'm not very compulsive about YouTube videos, but when Mr. Beast uploads, I need to. Yesterday he uploaded one video, and I watched it about that saving money. I don't think you watched it. No, did you watch it? No.
No. I've watched a few of Mr. Beast videos.
Ah,
He's obviously really really popular.
yeah, he's the
And I like them, but I'm not like a
most popular YouTuber.
yeah. It's almost hard not to have watched his videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not like a I haven't watched every single video or anything like
No, no,
that.
no. I also have not watched every single Mr. Fish videos, but I've subscribed to him. If I have, if he uploads a video and if I have time, I watch it. Yeah. What other? I don't watch much YouTube. I like to make content on YouTube, but not to watch much of it. Yeah. So, but your channel is very beautiful. It's really beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I think your channel is really nice as well. And the idea I like and the idea that like you're like learning from it and that it's a hobby of yours just to be able to talk to
Hmm.
people from so many different places and so many different perspectives. That's really nice to me. It's almost similar to our channel with having conversations, but obviously we're having the same conversations with the same people. But you're able to just see so much like variety from the world, and that's kind of admirable.
Yeah, but sometimes it's also very stressing because you have to. Have you ever tried these video chatting websites like Omegle or Chatroulette or OME.tv? Have you ever tried?
Yeah, I can't say I really have.
You haven't tried yet. But sometimes people over there, 1 out of 10 is a little abusive. So sometimes
Yeah,
because
I can imagine talking to strangers on the internet can't always go well.
yeah, most of the people are nice, 9 out of 10, but 1 out of the 10 is going to be very like that abuse. You always have the option to skip the person. Okay, so yeah, but when I just started, when I just got started with this sort of career, I first used to get very hard when I used to meet abusive people, but nowadays I know that I don't need to take those abusive people very personally. So yeah, so that's one thing. So what is your bedtime? When do you go to bed?
uh, well, on weekends I go to bed pretty late. And right now it's sort of like still, even though tomorrow is Monday for me, since it's a holiday, it's still sort of like a weekend night for me. So I'd say I go to bed around midnight, sometimes later than midnight,
Okay, so I am
like
not disturbing your
maybe
sleep.
1 a.m. No, no, don't worry, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna stay up this late anyway. Uh, but yeah, normally I stay up that late on weekends, and on
Mhm.
weekdays I do go to bed a little earlier. I normally stick around 10 p.m. or 10:30.
Yeah, I also go to bed like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Yeah, it's better to be an early bird rather than a night owl. Don't you believe so? Do you?
Yeah, I think I sort of tend to be more of a night
Okay.
owl, maybe as like a teenager.
Uh-huh.
But I think that it's probably
Yeah.
better to be an early bird than a night owl because that's sort of what our like society
Yeah.
runs on. It's like we're all awake during the day,
Uh-huh.
and it's kind of hard to maintain a good sleep schedule sometimes with all the things that I have in my life. But I do try to get enough sleep per night, so that's like a goal that I'm working on. Do you tend to get enough sleep?
Yeah, that's very important. Sleep is very important. If I don't have enough sleep, my day is not going to go well. So I'd rather spend 2 more hours on my bed rather than having a unproductive day.
Yeah, that's the philosophy I try to keep with myself. I try to tell myself, Joe, if you're even the time that you will kind of save by being awake, it's not worth being tired because then you're just going to be like not functioning well the whole day. And so most of the time that does work for me because I'm just like sometimes you have to sort of like accept that you're just going to be unavailable for like 8 to 10 hours a day, but then the rest of the time that you are awake you're going to be a lot happier, you're going to be a lot healthier, you're going to get more done.
Mm-hmm. So your name is. Can you tell me your name? I don't want to. I don't want to get it wrong.
Yeah, it's Fay, Fay.
Faye J
Jansen.
Jensen. Faye Jensen.
Yeah.
And what's your nickname?
What?
What's your nickname? Pet name?
Oh. Yeah. Fay, it's not a very easy name to get a nickname from because
Okay.
it's so short.
Yeah. So.
So I've like people have almost have tried to like give me nicknames. They tried and failed to give me nicknames
Okay.
over the years. It's just like a lot of people are like they get nicknames, but I'm just not really a nickname person, I guess, just because of how short my name is. You can't. There's not really a way to sort of like condense it further instead of just like dropping because I'm already just one syllable, just 3 letters.
A. People can call you
So you
A
can
instead of Faye. A.
yeah, just call me A.
Faye, but Faye is very short. Faye A.
Yeah, yeah. So you can call me.
Faye. Faye. What does it have a meaning? Faye.
I think yeah, it has a meaning. It means fairy.
Fairy. Okay.
Yeah.
Fairy. Fairy princess.
Yeah, people have said that before. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a few different spellings of my name, I think, and like my name can actually just be. It's like some people just I've seen it in books before, I think, where I've just seen my name, but it's used as like the name for like fairies, and I'm always surprised every time. Uh, but I guess that's just how it goes when you have a name like that can also kind of be a word.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you know my name?
I'm assuming that it's not Tripto Pal.
It's yeah, but it's Tripto.
Tripto?
Tripto. Tripto.
So I guess for short I can call you Pato.
Pato. You can call me Tota.
Tota.
Tota. Yeah. Tota is my nickname. It means a parrot. Tota means a parrot. And Tripto means satisfied or fulfilled.
Fulfilled.
Okay. So
That's a really nice meaning to have for your name.
yeah, actually my mother chose this name for myself. Do you know who gave your name? Who gave you your name?
I think my parents decided on it together,
Uh-huh.
but maybe it was my mother that chose it.
Okay. Okay, so what made you join this video call? So I emailed your father or you guys 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks or month, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
So what made you join this video call? Did you wanted to know more about India or I don't know?
Yeah, I think that we on our channel it's kind of all about conversations. Like every video is a conversation. And so when I got the offer for the interview, I was just like I didn't do it with any particular uh
Mm-hmm.
like want to learn about anything specific, I guess. But I guess like sort of what you said about like the reason why you're doing this in your conversations is
Mm-hmm.
just to sort of reach out and like learn more
Yeah,
about someone
experience.
and yeah, and like let them learn more about me. And that's what's nice about conversations, right? Like as you explain yourself
Uh-huh.
to others, you're learning not only about the person you're talking to, but also you're learning about yourself.
Uh-huh. Yeah, very true. Have you ever had a video conversation like this with another YouTuber? No,
No,
no.
this is kind of a first for me. So yeah, you're really getting the first time experience. I talked on video calls before. Well, we were having like online school during COVID-19,
Uh-huh.
and I've had a few like online lessons, but this is the first time I'm really doing like an interview one to one to like another YouTuber. So,
Which is going to be
but I
on
have to
video.
say, yeah, and I have to say, this is a really great first experience for me.
Uh, so how many? So is your house two stories? Does your house have two stories?
No, it's
One
just
story.
one story.
One story. But your neighbor's house is two stories.
Uh, yeah, actually, it might be 3 stories. I'm
Uh,
not sure.
I think I saw your neighbor's house. Not now, but in one of your videos. And outside of the window, there is outside. That's outside.
Yeah, you might have seen that.
Okay. What else? So, if you have any questions, you can go ahead. And I would like to have, yeah, more conversations with you. So, yeah, if possible, we can have this type of conversation like once in a week. You can also upload on your channel if you like, but your channel is father daughter tita daughter, so up to you. But I'd like to have yeah, more conversations with you. If you have no problems, we can learn more from each other.
Uh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
I'm
have to
not
decide
sure.
now. You can take your
Mhm.
time and let me know via the email or yeah. Mm.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't come into this expecting to like have another one, but I think like so far you've been nice to talk to. So I'm sure
Mhm.
that we'd probably be able to have another conversation.
Yeah. So should we stop this conversation at this point because almost 1 hour, 4 minutes to 1 hour? Should we stop or do?
Yeah, yeah, I'd be fine with stopping now. It feels like it's kind of naturally coming to a close.
I feel that. Okay, let me ask you one last question, then we'll end the
Okay.
conversation. Okay, let me see. What should I ask you? Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So, what sort of person do you think I am from this conversation?
Hmm. I think that just from what I've seen of you, just in like this hour, uh, you're you're kind, you're uh, you're smart, and you're the type of person that's really interested in learning more about the world around them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Very true. And you are also very nice person to interact with. Sometimes you speak too fast. Yeah, yeah, and you are a very friendly person.
Yeah, you're definitely friendly too. It was nice talking to you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, okay then. Should I email you for the next conversation or
Yeah, you can email me and I'll get back to you on.
next time I'll be prepared with some questions. Okay.
Okay,
You can also get prepared for with some questions. Okay. So bye
send me to me.
bye. Bye bye Faye.
Bye.
See you next time.
Bye.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. See you next time, Faye. And guys, make sure you are subscribed to the channel to see the next conversation and the other conversations on my channel. Bye bye everybody.